changes to change things around. In fact, I believe the only change Alan Shearer missing out is through injury anyway.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle yesterday, so we had a problem, so we had to make an enforced change there. But look, Gambin came in and was excellent. You know, he was excellent today. He was really bright. I thought him and Jake Gray really contributed, and I said a diamond was good first half. It could have been better because I always want us to be really fluent. But I thought we were excellent. As I said, the way that we went about the game was more pleasing than anything, because we showed we have the desire to keep doing well, even when relatively little on the game. But we showed that we are self-motivated. It's intrinsic, the motivation we have, and I'm pleased with that.
And Isaac Vassell popping up with his 13th goal of the season, a very close finish after a Dan Potts header. We were talking in commentary the number of times Dan Potts got his head on the ball this afternoon. Yeah. I lost count, literally.
He's an excellent attacker of the ball, you know, in terms of what he is, and at times we have others, but in recent weeks when he's been available, we've used him in that role, and I thought he was excellent, you know, and he defends really well, and he's maturing, so we're pleased. And for one of the first times this season, we've really looked dangerous from set plays, and that was delivery, desire to get on the end, and to be honest, we did score again. I don't know what the foul was for, but apparently something's a foul, but we have it. No complaints.
Isaac with the goal from close range, but he celebrated it as though he's just scored a worldie from 35 yards. We didn't realise he was capable of such gymnastics.
And he won't be doing that again, I promise you that. I had a player with Kazenga who did that, and I'm sure it took his toll because he had a couple of cartilage operations, so we'll be curtailing that, trust me.
Best goal celebration of the season though, surely?
Yeah, well enjoy it, because if you want to see it again, you're just going to have to replay it on your phones, because I doubt you'll be doing that.
So you talked about the equaliser there. Scott Cuthbert's made a mistake, tried to make an amends, but he's fouled the player, a clear-cut penalty, obviously. Yeah,
and look, it's just frustrating, because I think at times we have lapses of concentration which have cost us this season. And I genuinely believe we're as good a side as it is in this league. We have a structure, the way we play, we cause people problems, we're brave, we're young, we press, we're fit, we do everything. But we just do stupid things at times, like Norient here. Just gifted them back, you know, and silly little things that we do, that if we just do your job, you don't do that. But look, they've been excellent. I mean, him and Glenn Ray had a 10-minute period. I thought I was convinced they had a bet on, and for a 1-1 draw, I honestly did. But look, all joking aside, they've been excellent for me. They really have, and it's just those lapses really that have stopped us probably going up automatic. But they're a great group, and as I said, we're going to get better. We are evolving. We're going to get better, but we're in a great position, and we go in good form. You know, we're 7 unbeaten, 3 on spin, so we couldn't go into the playoffs in any better form.
One downside from the afternoon, we'll come on to the second game changer in a moment, Jack Marriott, but the first change that you had to make was enforced. James Justin went down, stretchered off, not good to see. Is there anything you're able to tell us at this time?
Not yet, it's too early, you know, and it's sad for the boy, because he's been in wonderful form, and he's brave. He's only 19 years of age, but what a player, and it's just frustrating. So if he does have to miss a little spell, we're hoping it's nothing serious firstly, and then secondly we're hoping we can get him back in 8 days' time. But you know, it's just frustrating really, because he's such a good kid, he's such a good player, and you know, it's heartbreaking for him.
I mean, was it impact, or was it as he's landed? What's the situation?
I don't know. It's his ankle ligaments really, we think. So we're just going to have to have a look at that. But it's sad, because he's been in such good form. He really has. But we'll assess it. We'll have more news in time.
Okay, moving on then to the second game changer. I mean, Jack Marriott came on. By my notes, it's less than 2 minutes later. Possibly with his first touch, he's found the back of the net to make it 2-1.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's been unlucky not to start today, because he's obviously, after what he came on and did last week, and then for the way he's trained this week, it's a difficult call, a real difficult call. But what I did was I was very conscious about not making too many changes, and that was probably why he probably didn't start today, because from what my natural eye tells me this week, he was going to score today, you know. And we came on, we gave him enough time, and he came on and he was wonderful and a real threat. He's got a bit between his teeth. It's great to have. We've got 4 now who are flying. We've got Danny to come back as well now, so we're in good shape in terms of our front line.
I mean, Jack wrapped up the victory with the third to strike. I think he was as surprised as anyone. He seemed surprised that it had gone in. It was low, it beat the keeper to his right, but he seemed slow to react to it.
Look, I'll just have to see it again, but all I see is when he shot, it went in the bottom corner, so I'm delighted. I don't care how he goes in, as long as he goes in, but you know, I'll have to look at it again and see But I'm just pleased for Jack. He scores in real sort of spurts and bursts and things, and he seems to be in one of those now, and that's good for me, to have that option. So all my strikers are scoring, all he's contributing. Danny to come back, so it's some strike force to choose from.
And he's a player on confidence now, isn't he? Having got a goal last week, coming off the bench, 2 this afternoon, to go for that shot from the edge of the area, and scoring there, it really helps him through, doesn't it?
No, and he looked really sharp when he came on, fair play. And it's not all about Jack Marriott. Again, when late on, when they came out and tried to win the game, we looked a real threat on the counter. Could have had another one. But look, I thought it was an excellent result for us today, because you see results all around the country that good sides getting beaten, because I think that they came here today with a real motivation to win, because I know that from knowing the two that they have, the coaching staff, and from what they were saying on the side, I know that they were a real motivation to win the game. So for us to win it and to finish the season on the high shows that I said we have a real good intrinsic motivation for us.
And after all the chops and changes during the course of the game and scores elsewhere, finally we now know it's as it was before kick-off. It is Blackpool in 7th place and a trip to Bloomfield Road and the Seaside next weekend.
Yeah, beautiful. As I said, we couldn't affect who we were playing. All we could affect was finishing as high in the league as we wanted to, and we finished 4th. So we got Blackpool. There's a lot of turns and twists and turns and so on, but it'll be a very, very difficult game. They're a good side, they're a real potent side, but also they know that we're a real good side. So look, the playoffs, anything can happen in the playoffs. They're so tight. You envisage 2 tight games, and hopefully we can come out and when we're standing here on the 18th and on the night of the 18th, let's hope we're going to win.
You've got 8 days now to focus on turning it around, turning the squad and getting prepared for that game next Sunday night. Difficult being a Sunday and a 6:30 kickoff. Very, again, like this evening at 5:30. It throws everything out, does it?
It's what it is. We can prepare for that and so on by adjusting training times and so on. It's not ideal. I mean, I was always a player that liked to kick off at 12 o'clock. So you get in, you get it done, and you're away. But look, same for Blackpool, same for us. We'll get up there early. We'll prepare well. We're looking forward to it. It's a great occasion for us. A year ago, we were here celebrating 4-1 victory, but that was us done, and it gives a lot of hope, a lot of expectation, anticipation of what the next season may bring. Whereas this year now we really have something to play for.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Nigel. Look forward to speaking to you.